Please respond yes.
Call is now being recorded.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining this class on the next set of perquisites. Okay. So in the last class, we were talking about transfer of movable assets by the employee to the employee by the employer, and I gave you a small example also. Let's continue from that part and understand it. For example, so what does it mean? Movable assets are being transferred by the employer to the employee. It means that the employer is transferring some of the movable assets belonging to him to employee at a discounted price or a nominal price at a reasonably low price than the book value of the movable asset. For example, car is there with him. Mr. The XYZ limited company is having a car whose written down value is some 10 lakh rupees on a particular date, and on that date it is selling that car to the employee Mr. Y for rupees 2 lakhs. Okay, means this particular car on that day costed to the company the written down value, we call it written down value, we call it, which was 10 lakh rupees, and it is being transferred to the employee at a concessional price of a mere 2 lakh rupees. So the benefit which is accruing because of this transaction is 8 lakh rupees. So this is the value of the perquisite in form of transfer of movable assets by the employer to the employee because of employment or employee-employer relationship. So this is sold because of employee-employer relationship at a concessional price. Okay. In this, the most important point what you have to remember is the method which is used in finding out the depreciated value is WDV method. Number one is the assets are valued at WDV. Number one, that is written down value method. This is accounting concept, so I will not go into those details. Number one. Number two, for if the subject or the movable asset is computer or electronics, please remember that you have to calculate for every year of usage of a computer or electronic gadgets, the depreciation rate is 50%. Number one. So this 15% is the one which is as per the rules of tax laws. As per the rules of tax laws, it is not decided by me or by you. So you have to by heart this. Number one. Number two, if a car is been transferred or sold by the employer to the employee, then written down value is to be adopted to find out the value of the asset. Number one. Number two, and the rate of depreciation you have to by heart or remember because of tax laws is 20% for every completed year of usage. Now, apart from this item number one and item number two, if there are any other assets which are transferred, okay, which are not computers or electronic gadgets and motor cars, but any other items, the rate of depreciation is 20%. So, for example, it can be a AC, that is air cooler, or air conditioner, or a water cooler, or is a item which doesn't fall under the category of 1 and 2. So the rate of depreciation is 10%. So this I spoke in the last class that if any canteen facility or meals are provided by the employer to the employee during the office hours, then up to 50 rupees per meal extended is not taxable. Over and above is to be considered as the perquisite value which is provided by the employer to the employee. I will take up this problem once I complete all these perquisites. So summarizing the transfer of mobile assets, again I am just recovering for you. 50%, 20%, 10% for computer items, motor cars and other assets, and the calculations have to be done according to steps written in the slide. First you have the opening value, then for the year used you have to find out the written down value method. By using written down value method, you have to find out the value of the asset, and then whatever is the value of the asset for which it has been transferred or sold, the difference is the perquisite. So this particular problem we will take. Let's take up this particular problem and then let's solve the problem. So in this case, if you look carefully, there are 5 assets which are considered for our numerical understanding. The numerical understanding, the numerical problem goes like this. The numerical problem states that there were 4 employees. There were 5 employees: Suresh, Ramesh, and Suresh, Ramesh, and Rajesh, Rakesh, and Latesh. Okay, these 5 employees were there. These 5 employees were there, and they were working in a particular organization. Okay, and some assets which were belonging to the employer are sold to employee at a very, very concessional price, and you are being asked to find out the value of the perquisite in the form of transfer of numerical transfer of movable assets by the employee, by the employer to the employee. Okay, so let's take up this problem. Let's take up this problem and solve the problem. The problem is, so the assets are, now the assets are the assets which are there. The assets which are there in our particular problem are motor car, refrigerator, air conditioning, computer, and machine. Okay, so for motor car, already I told the rate of depreciation you have to remember is 20%. For electronic gadgets, it is 50%. For other goods, it is 10%. So it is here. I suppose it is 10%. This is 10%. This is 50% is the depreciation we have to follow. And for washing machine, which is I consider as a white goods as a 10. The value of the depreciation, which has to be taken is 10%. Okay. So the next point. The next point is the cost of asset to the employer. The cost of the asset to the employer were 15 lakhs as far as car is concerned. Refrigerator is 1 lakh, air conditioner is 2 lakhs, computer is 2 lakhs, and washing machine is 1 lakh. Now, these particular assets were purchased and put to use by the employer on the same date. On all the dates are same. Means they have been purchased on 1/8/2017. And they are put to use on the same day. So for convenience of my calculation, I am taking into consideration the purchase date as 1/8/2017. Number 1. Number 2, the point here, you look at this point. These particular assets are sold on 1/10/2019 to the employer. By the employer to the employee. So they are purchased on this by the employer, but they are sold to this employee Suresh, Ramesh, Rajesh, Rakesh, and Latesh on 1/10/2019. So I'm for this also the same dates, because I want to conveniently do the problem solving. Now here he is transferring this, the employer is transferring to these employees at this price: 2,16,000, 60,000, 12,000, 1,22,000, 1,22,000, 10,000, and 41,000. So with this given data, you have to find out the value of the perquisite in the form of transfer of asset belonging to the employer to the employee. Let's do it. So hope you remember the figures. If you don't remember the figures, you can just take a snapshot of this particular PPT or the slide, and then we'll solve the problem. Because the biggest hurdle or difficulty in conducting online classes is that we don't have board, chalk, and all that stuff. It has to be done manually. It can't be done manually, but it has to be done on the computer and on the slide. So I'm doing for you. Okay. So very important. So the solution is in front of you, and the solution also you can take a snapshot or the photo of this, and then we will start the problem. Okay, the problem goes like this. Here, the first asset is, I will show you one by one. The first asset is motor car, which is 15 lakhs. So this was purchased. This was purchased, if I remember, on 1/8/2017. This was purchased on 1/8/2017. 1/8/2017. 1/8/2017. It was purchased here also, here also, here also, here also. So, and it was sold, if you remember, it was sold to the employee on 1/10/2019. It was sold on 1/10/2019. So here, this is the purchase value, and this is the sale value. This is the sale value. This is the sale value. Okay. Now, from this given data, we have to find out the depreciation for each completed year of usage, ignoring the fraction, number one. Number two, after you have found out the written down value on the date of selling, you deduct the sale value or the transfer value, and you will know the taxable value of the perquisite in the form of transfer of movable assets belonging to the employer by the employee. So let's calculate it. So you have to remember these dates. 1/8/2017 was the purchase date, and the selling date was 1/10/2019. So 2019. And in this, what has happened? The asset has been put to use by the employer, and later it was sold on this date. So because of this usage of the movable asset by the employer for at least 2 years, if I am able to see here, you have to find out the depreciation for this particular period. So first, what I have to do, for every completed year of usage, you have to find out the depreciation. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So, so I will just rewrite 110. Okay, 110. Okay, 110. So from 1/8/2017 to, in all the cases, the dates are same. Okay, the purchase dates are same, and for all the assets which are being sold, the selling date also are same. The date of sale or the transfer is also same. Okay, 1/10/2019. Okay, from this to 1 year, and then from next to this another year, you have to find out the depreciation value. So how to find out the depreciation value? So look at this answer. Look at the answer. So first, from 1/8/2017 to 1/8/2018. So there is 1 year. 1 year. 1 year there is a depreciation. Now for motor car, the rate of depreciation is 20%. So if you calculate on this 15 lakhs, 20%, you will get 3 lakhs. The first year depreciation from 1/8/2017 to 1/8/2018. Now, in the same way, refrigerator, the depreciation rate as pronounced or announced by CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxation, is 10%. So on this 10% is 10,000. And similarly, air conditioner 10%, computer 10%, and sorry, 50%. For computers, I told you that electronic gadgets and computer, the rate of depreciation is 50%. Next one is a washing machine. It is 10%. So you will get figures like this. So this is the first rate of depreciation amount for the period 1/8/2017 to 1/8/2018, and you deduct this one, you will get 12 lakhs 80. Sorry, this should be 90,000. Okay, I'm sorry. You can note it. It's 90,000. It's 1,80,000. It's 1,90,000. Okay, some numerical calculations. So please ignore it. Now this is the value. This is called as written down value of the asset: motor car, refrigerator, air conditioner, so on and so forth, or as on 1/8/2018. Now from here to another 1 year, you have to calculate depreciation. That is from 1/8/2018 to 1/8/2019. Now you can ask me, sir, why you are calculating? Because till it is been sold, there is a depreciation which has taken place. So you have to find out the depreciation amount to arrive at the written down value. That's the reason why I am calculating the depreciation for the second year also. So this is the opening value at the beginning of the 1/8/2018. On this second year, depreciation is 20%, which is 2,40,000. On this 90,000, 10%, which is 9,000. Sorry, it is 81,000. Now the value becomes 81,000. Here it is again 10%, 18,000. Here 50% on 1 lakh is 50,000. And here on my washing machine, 10%, which is 9,000. And you deduct from this 12 lakhs, 2 lakh 40,000, you will get 9 lakh 60,000. From 90,000, you deduct 9,000, you will get 81,000, and so on and so forth. So you will get the value. Now, will you calculate? Now, so this is the second year. After calculation of depreciation for 2 consecutive years, you call the written down value method. Now, will you calculate from 1/8/2019 till date of sale? That is on 1/10/2019 depreciation for 2 months? No, it's not possible. It's not to be done, because it is told that if the asset is fully used for at least for a full year, part should be ignored. Part should be not taken into account. Only with a full year, if it is used from, then only you have to take. That's the reason from 1/8/2019 to 1/10/2020, so 19, the amount of depreciation is 0. Okay. So the written down value on the date of sale, this is the date of sale. The written down value on the date of sale is 90 lakh 60,000 minus 0 is 9 lakh 60,000. 72,000 minus 0 is 72,000. 1 lakh 62,000 minus 0 is equal to 1 lakh 62,000. 50,000 minus 0 is equal to 50,000. And similarly, you can calculate for the other assets which are there in the problem. Now, this is very important. What is this? This is the date. This is the value of the asset on the date on which it is being sold. The value of the asset on the date which is the date on which it is transferred by the employer to the employee, which is 1/10/2019. The value of this asset is 9,60,000, 72,000, so on and so forth. But remember that the asset is being sold by the employer to the employee at a mere 2,60,000. In this case, in case of refrigerator, it is 12,000. In case of air conditioner, it is 1,22,000. In case of computer, it is 10,000. And in case of machinery, washing machine, it is 41,000. Means what? 9,60,000 worth of a car has been sold to the employee at a mere 2,60,000. And subsequently, for refrigerator, 72,000 value of the goods is sold at 12,000. And air conditioner is been sold at 1,22,000, whose cost written down value is 1,62,000. So similarly for this also, you can comprehend like that. Means what? 9,60,000 is sold at 2,60,000. So the profit or the benefit, I will call it, is 7 lakh rupees. 2,60,000 का माल, sorry, 9,60,000 का माल, 9,60,000 का माल कितने में बेचा? 2,60,000 में बेचा. बोले तो ये जो एम्प्लॉयर है 9,60,000 का जो गुड्स है वो एम्प्लॉई को 2,60,000 में बेच रहा है. तो एम्प्लॉई को कितना बेनिफिट मिल रहा है? 7 lakhs in the first case, 6 lakhs in the 60,000 in the second case, 40,000 in the third case, again 40,000 in the fourth case, and 40,000 in the. So this is added to the gross value of the asset. Sorry, this is added to the gross gross salary of the employee, and then we will arrive at the taxable value of salary of the employee. So hope you have understood it. Now, the next perquisite, the most important perquisite, is the value of the perquisite in respect of interest-free loan or concessional loan, concessional rate of loan at a concessional interest by the employer to the employee. Okay, so there are so many steps like this: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. I will not explain them, but I will take up a small problem and make you understand it. Okay. So again, I'm telling you what is the next perquisite we are talking about. The next perquisite what we are talking about is loan being provided by the employer to the employee at a concessional or interest-free loan. Okay. Now I will take up a small explanation. With this, you will understand it. Now, what is the thing? Okay. For example, Mr. Ramesh Kumar Mehta is there and is working in JSPM, and he has been working for the last 15 years. Okay, number 1. Number 2, he has taken a house loan. He has applied for a house loan from JSPM, and JSPM has granted him a loan of 30 lakh rupees. So this is the loan outstanding loan, and the loan is provided by JSPM to Ramesh Mehta. That is, the employer is providing to the employee a loan of a housing, sorry, for 2%. 2%. So, to our knowledge, it's a very nominal rate of interest which is charged by the employer to the employee for the loan taken on house. So now he's certainly getting some advantage. He is getting some advantage, some benefit out of this particular transaction, or because of employer-employee relationship, the employer is providing to the employee a loan at a very low interest, or maybe concessional interest. So we have to find out what is the value of the perquisite in the form of interest-free loan or concessional loan provided by the employer to the employee. So here what you have to do it. So this is the first data, this is the second data. Now third data you have to take into account for finding out the value of the perquisite. So what is that data? For this type of loan, which is housing loan, the benchmark should be SBI rate of loan. The benchmark rate of loan. The benchmark rate of loan is SBI rate of loan. Now what do you mean by SBI and benchmark? See, SBI is the main public sector bank in India, which is doing banking business, and they are doing in big volume, and they extend loans to the customers. And this loan is extended to the customer at a rate which is fixed by the Central Bank of India, and they adopt, and every bank adopts it. So that is the rate which you have to find out, and it will be given in the problem. So in this case, the similar kind of loan, which is housing loan in this case, SBI charges some 12% of interest. So this person, Ramesh Mehta, if he would have taken from SBI, he would have charged 12%, and he would have paid a 12% rate of interest on 30 lakhs. But the employee is being charged only 2% by the employer. So he is paying nominal. Now, what is the concession he is getting? The difference between 12% and 2%, which is 10%. Hope you have understood it. Because उसको 12% में देना चाहिए था, लेकिन वो 2% में दे रहा है, तो उसका फायदा कितना मिल रहा है? 10% का फायदा मिल रहा है. And please remember, this SBI loan is the benchmark loan, which is as per the rules of CBDT and tax laws, direct tax laws. It's not me and you who have framed this laws. Please remember it. It is the laws which are there in direct tax. So SBI, whatever is the rate of interest charging for similar kind of loan, you have to take into account. So in this case, the SBI charges 12%, but this guy is being charged only 2%. So here he is getting 10% advantage. So the concessional interest is 10%. So how do you find out the value now? So what you have to do? 30 lakhs, and financial year is 2019-20. So you got 1 year. So formula, if I am confident on you, you know how to find out the interest rates and interest amount. The formula for finding out the value interest is PTR by 100. That is principal, term, and rate. So the principal is 30 lakh rupees. That is the loan he has taken, and the term. So here 2019-20, you have 12 months or 1 year. So convert this into 1 year into rate. Now what is the concession? He has got 10%. So 10%. That is nothing but 30 lakhs into 1 into 10 by 100. That is equal to 3 lakh rupees. If my calculations are going right, then it is 3 lakh rupees. So 3 lakhs is the value of the perquisite. Value of the perquisite. What is the perquisite? Concessional loan provided by the employer to the employee. And in our subject matter, it is a housing loan. So hope you have understood it. Now again, another method of finding out is, I will just give you another method of finding out the solution to this is, okay, now SBI What is the SBI rate of charge? 30 lakhs into 10%. That is equal to 3 lakhs. Sorry, here it is 2%, 12%. Is equal to 3,60,000. SBI को अगर पे करना होता ये लोन के ऊपर इंटरेस्ट, Mr. Ramesh Mehta would have paid 3,60,000. But what is that he is paying to JSPM because of employer-employee relationship? 30 lakhs into only 2%. So this is 60,000 rupees. Okay, I am doing calculations fast because you know the calculations. 30 lakhs. Now what is the advantage? He's been charged only 2%, but you should have been charged 12%. So his advantage is 30 lakhs into 10% or 3,60,000 minus 60,000 is equal to 3 lakhs. So another way of calculation. So hope you have understood what I mean to explain to you. What I am explaining to you is clear to you. So this is the way you have to calculate. So I am taking up another small problem for you for your convenience. Okay. Now you can. This is the concessional. This is the concessional. Sometimes there are so many companies or so many employers which give free loan or interest-free loan. For example, the employer is charging only, not only, it is only 0%. Means they are giving me loan on housing for zero loan. Means I am paying zero. So I should have paid to SBI 3,60,000, but I am paying only 60,000. Sorry, zero, because it is interest-free loan. So what is the value of the perquisite? What is the advantage I am getting? अगर वो बैंक से लोन लिया रहता तो 3,60,000 पे किया रहता, लेकिन मैंने लोन कहाँ से लिया? SBI से लिया. SBI वाला कितना चार्ज कर रहा है? जीरो चार्ज कर, सॉरी JSPM से लिया. JSPM कितना चार्ज कर रहा है? जीरो. सो आई एम पेइंग जीरो. वही अगर SBI से लिया तो 3,60,000 पे करना पड़ता था. So I am getting a benefit of 3,60,000. That is the value of the perquisite. This should be added back to the gross salary of the gross salary income of the employer, and from that we will find out the taxable salary income of the employee, who is Mr. S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta. Now some more points are there with the background what we have just now understood. Let's take up some more we will further take up the discussion. Now, value of the perquisite in respect of interest-free loan or concessional loan. Points to be remembered are exemption 1 and exemption 2. Certain loans, if they are taken, whatever is the benefit is getting, that benefit is not benefit, the benefit is zero. For example, Mr. Rakesh, Mr. Suresh is working in Tata Motors. Okay, and he's been working for 15 years. And he is taking a loan because his wife is having some specified disease. Means she's having a disease which is specified by the Additional Commissioner of Health, and the disease is very critical disease, and it has to be it is going to be a costly affair for getting treatment. So what he did, Mr. Suresh applied for a loan from Tata Motors for medical treatment of the specified disease of his wife, and he took a loan of some 20 lakh rupees. Okay. Now, and the rate of interest which is charged by Tata Motors is only 2% or 0% or 3%. But the SBI, if the loan would have been taken from SBI, the State Bank of India would have charged some 15%. So what is the advantage he's getting? He's getting the advantage of some 13% or 12% like that. But there is no advantage. Why? Because if the loan is taken for the medical treatment of a specified disease under Rule 3A of direct taxation or direct CBDT or Income Tax Act 1961, then there is no value, value of the perquisite. The value of the perquisite is nil. The value of the perquisite is nil because this loan is being taken for the treatment of a specified disease which is specified by the appropriate authorities. So this is rule number 1. Rule number 2. See, if there is a loan taken for any subject, whether it is a housing loan or a car loan or a vehicle loan or educational loan or a personal loan from the employer at a concessional rate, and the loan amount does not does not exceed or in the aggregate of rupees 20,000. So the loan amount is very, very small, 20,000 rupees. So whenever the loan amount is less than 20,000 rupees, the value of the perquisite is not to be calculated, because the DT rules, the direct taxation rules, say that this calculation should be taken or done only when the loan amount exceeds more than 20,000 rupees. Okay. For example, Mr. Suresh, who is working in Tata Motors, takes a loan of 15,000 for laptop, and the rate of interest charged by Tata Motors is 2%. For the similar kind of loan, if the loan would have been taken from SBI, SBI would have charged some 22%. So what is the advantage? Is getting 20%. But as the loan amount is less than 15,000 rupees, there is no value. The value of the perquisite is nil. So just remember, if the loan taken is does not exceed more than 20,000 for the full year, then nothing to be charged. There is no value to the perquisite. So I am taking up a small problem. With this, we will whatever steps were followed. These were the steps which have to be taken into consideration for finding out the value of the perquisite. This particular calculations are done in the numerical problem just now I showed. So for this particular problem, we are going to do solution. We will find out the solution and find out the value of the perquisite by using step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's take up the problem. The problem is X took a loan from the company. That is Mr. S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta. SRK Mehta has taken loan from JSPM. So you can assume like that. So, and the loan is taken for what purpose? House purpose. The loan amount is how much? 50 lakh rupees. And the date of loan is 1/4/2016. And for how many years it has been taken? 25 years. So every year he has to pay what? Interest. What is the rate of interest is being charged by the employer? It is 3%. If the same loan would have been taken now, in the problem they will tell you for this kind of loan what is the rate of interest charged by SBI. For the similar kind of loan, SBI charges some 12% rate of interest. So see here it is 12%, but here it is only 3%. So he is getting advantage of 9%. So that is the value of the perquisite. So let's find out the value of the perquisite in case of concessional. Why concessional? This is not interest free. इंटरेस्ट फ्री लोन नहीं है, एक कंसेशनल लोन है. क्यों बोले तो इंटरेस्ट फ्री में इंटरेस्ट आके 0 रहता है. So the calculations, step 1, step 2, step 3, whatever is written, I am there. These steps can be understood like this. So first step, second step, and third step. Total interest payable if the loan would have been taken from SBI. यही लोन अगर SBI से लेते तो कितना होता? Okay, so that is the formula is interest is equal to loan taken into SBI rate into duration. Why duration? Not 25 years. This is the duration for which the loan is taken. Now, what is the advantage is getting for the financial year 2019-20? Because this loan was taken in the year 2016. So this loan was in 4 years in place in 2019-20 also. So we are finding out. So here I have mentioned we are taking into account the taxable salary income of Mr. X for the financial year 2019-20. So 2019-20 he has taken the loan for 12 months or 1 year. So find out the interest he would have paid if the loan would have taken from SBA. So what is the loan taken? If I remember, the loan amount which was taken was rupees 50 lakhs. Okay, here it is there, 50 lakhs. Okay, so 50 lakhs, the formula I have put 50 lakhs into rate of interest into 1 year. It is now 6 lakh rupees. अगर SBI से लोन लेता तो 6 lakh rupees का interest पे करता for the financial year 2019-20. But what this guy has done, this guy is very intelligent guy, because Mehta sir is always intelligent. He has taken this loan from the employer, and the loan rate interest is only 3%. So he is paying how much? 50 lakhs into rate of interest is 3% into 1 year. So he is paying only 1,50,000 rupees. So as the loan is taken from the employer JSPM, he's being charged 1,50,000 for the financial year 2019-20. But if the same loan would have taken from SBI, SBI would have charged 6 lakh rupees. So what is the advantage he got? He got an advantage of over and above whatever is 1,50,000, it is 4.5 lakh. So third step, this is the SBI rate of interest. This is the employer interest. Sorry, this is the rate. Sorry, this is the interest what is paying to would have been paying to SBA. This is what is really paying to employer, and he would have paid this much, but he is paying this much only. So the value of the perquisite is 4.5 lakh rupees, which is to be added to gross salary to arrive at the total taxable salary income. So this already I have told. So let's talk about the next perquisite. So the value of the perquisite in case of a giftor. So we have completed two perquisites now. Let's take up the third perquisite. All my videos are put on YouTube. If you subscribe, then only you will be able to see. Otherwise, you will not be able to see. So if you want to view my videos, you have to subscribe. Okay. Now the perquisite in respect of gifts or token or something like vouchers, we call it, provided by the employer to the employee. Now already I have taken this one and explained to you. The value of the perquisite is the actual cost to the employer. The value of the perquisite is however, aggregate exemption is available up to 5,000 rupees. So I will take a small example. With this, you will understand it when I am talking about gift. So Mr. S. Ramesh Kumar Verita is working in JSPM, and JSPM has given a cash gift. Cash diya usko 30,000 rupees. And in addition to this one, he did some marvelous things in his academics, and he's been given a laptop worth 80,000 rupees as gift. बोले तो इसको क्या मिला? कैश अवार्ड भी मिला और लैपटॉप भी मिला, फ्री, एकदम जीरो. Okay, now he's getting this one and this one. So obviously, if you know, there is an element of a benefit or perquisite which he is getting. So we have to find out the value of the perquisite and we have to add it back to the gross salary income, and then we will find out the taxable salary income of Mr. S. Ramesh Kumar Verita working in JSPM. So first one, this point. As far as cash gifts are concerned, if cash is given as a gift, it is fully taxable. पूरा का पूरा tax इसके ऊपर tax लगेगा in the hands of the employee. No exemption. There is no exemption like of 5,000 or 10,000 like that. No, full amount is to be taken into account and it will be fully taxable. This is number one. As far as gifts are provided by the employee to the employee, up to 5,000 rupees is okay. Up to 5,000 rupees is okay. Over and above, it is fully taxable. So here I forgot to write 5,000. So he's been provided with the 80,000 worth of laptop as a gift. But how much is the exemption he could have got? As per the rule, says that up to 5,000 rupees he can get as a gift for the full year. So he has got more than 5,000 rupees. So how much is the difference? The difference is 75,000 rupees. This 75,000 rupees is fully taxable in the hands of the employee by the department. So this already we have covered. Next one, credit cards. So credit card also, the employer is providing credit card and the payment is done by the payment is done by the employer, and the credit card bill is used by the employee for his benefit. So there is a perquisite which is obviously seen in this particular facility provided by the employer to the employee. So the next perquisite is credit card facility or credit card expenses borne by the employer or reimbursed by the employer of the employee. So okay, just R you can remove. Okay, now for example, I will give you a small example and let's understand it. Mr. X is there, or Mr. S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta is there working in JSPM, and the credit card, he has taken a credit card of SBI and he has purchased a laptop and a mobile during the year 1920, and the bill and he has swapped the credit card and the payment which was supposed to be done at the end of the year or during the year was for the purchase of laptop and mobile was some 1.5 lakh rupees. Now, the company in which where he is working is JSPM. He is paying to SBI directly some 1,20,000 rupees, and the remaining 30,000 is paid by SRK Mehta. So, whose expenditure is this? This is the expenditure of the employee. Who is taking care of the expenditure? A part of the expenditure is taken care by the employer. So, whatever is the value of that particular expenditure of the employee taken care or borne or reimbursed by the employer is to be found out, and we have to find out that, and after you find out, you have to add back to the salary to arrive at the taxable salary. So in this case, out of 1,50,000 of the bill of the Ramesh Kumar Mehta, 1,20,000 is paid by the employer. So 1,20,000 is the advantage there in the there enjoyed by S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta. So it is to be added back to the gross to arrive at the gross salary income or taxable salary income. I've given a small example, so you can take a snapshot and understand. I don't want this to be explained in length. Club expenditure. Now, another expenditure is another perquisite provided by the employer to the employees. Club expenditure. Club. कोई clubs रहता है, उसका membership रहता है, or this membership and other expenses which are incurred on a annual basis or a periodical basis. A part of them are paid by the employer or fully paid by the employer, and these expenses are were of the employee. For example, membership of a resort, holiday resort. Mahindra, there is something called as Mahindra Holidays. Mahindra Holidays, where you can get whenever there is a holiday, and if you have taken a membership, you can go there and enjoy with your family. So you have to take a annual membership and whatever, whenever you visit there and you are taking some from food items, so on and so forth, or enjoying, some expenses are incurred. So this is called as a membership of a club, like that. So there is the expenditure is of the employee, and the expenses are taken care or borne or reimbursed by the employer. So certainly there is advantage by the employee. The advantage is there, which is obvious. So we have to find out the value of the perquisite, and we have to add back to the salary. So let's find out. Perquisite is equal to total expenditure incurred, including annual value for the club facility. For example, Mr. S.R.K. Mehta has taken a membership in Mahindra Holidays. That is a club, and the membership lifelong membership is, if you want to take a lifelong membership, it is some 6 lakh rupees. Number one. So this is the first part. Second part is during 2019-20, he along his family and other people went to Mahindra Holidays for 20 days. He stayed over that place, and there were expenditure incurred some 1 lakh rupees. Okay, so this expenditure as well as this expenditure is taken care or reimbursed by the employer. So 7 lakh rupees is the advantage what he is getting. So that is the value of the perquisite. That is what this particular sentence tells. Now, expenditure incurred for official purpose has to be deducted. For example, out of 20 days, 10 days were official work. So that whatever is the 10 days expenditure, this is of the business purpose. For this particular expenditure has incurred for business purpose. So business purpose should not be taken into account. So that has to be deducted. Number two. Number three, whatever is the amount recovered from the employee. For example, in this case, the employee is recovering from the employer. Sorry, the employer is recovering from the employee 50,000 rupees. That has to be deducted to find out the value of the perquisite. So hope you have understood it. Next one. Another perquisite is payment of premium on personal accident insurance policies of the employee. Okay. This is very important once again. So let's pay attention to it. Now, what does this perquisite say? See, for example, just a moment, okay? Payment of premium on personal accident insurance policy of the employee. So, For example, I will give a small introduction to what we are discussing. Mr. S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta is working in JSPM, and is working in JSPM, and JSPM has taken a LIC policy of Mr. S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta and his family. Okay, and for example, in this case, the policy amount is the sum assured or policy amount is some 10 lakh rupees. So whose policy name is the policy is Ramesh Kumar Mehta is the guy who is enjoying the policy. Now who has taken the policy? The policy is taken in favor of S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta by JSPM. So every year till the tenure, JSPM is paying premium on this life insurance policy of Mr. S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta and family. So in this case, for example, premium is some 20,000 rupees for the full year. So whose premium is there? The premium is of S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta's life for enforcement of life. And who is paying this premium? The premium is paid by JSPM. So this is the background of our discussion on the perquisite. So let's understand how to find out the value of the perquisite or whether there is a value or not. Now, first point. The first point is employer takes personal accident insurance policy of the employee, accident policy of the employee, so as to indemnify and insulate themselves from the burden of paying huge amount of money if an event takes place. So benefit will accrue to the employer upon an event that may take place in future course of action. So there is no perquisite. No, what does it mean? For example, Mr. S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta is working in a construction industry. Construction industry as a site engineer or site manager. Now there is a element of risk. For example, if some mishap takes place or accident takes place and there is a collapse of building, it may fall on Ramesh Kumar Mehta and employees, and he will lose his life. So to indemnify, to cover what the employer has taken a policy in the name of S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta, because if event of any accident or event takes place or mishap takes place, then in such a case the employer has to pay some amount to the deceased family, that is S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta. To protect this, what they have taken accident policy, insurance policy of S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta. So this advantage is certainly for S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta, but it is also there is an advantage to the employer also, because if the event takes place, then he has to the employer has to pay a big amount of money or a lump sum amount of money to S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta. But whenever an event takes place like this or a mishap takes place, the insurance company will come into picture and they will take care of this particular amount of compensation to be paid to the employee. So there is no value. So this is what the meaning of it. Therefore, the premium paid by the employer to enforce the personal accident insurance policy of the employees or employee will not be taxable perquisite in the hands of the employee, and the perquisite value is zero, because the advantage is there for employee as well as employer, but the employer is getting the advantage, it is assumed, and the value of the perquisite is zero and there is no value to it. So with this, we have covered maximum of perquisites and maximum of retirement benefits and maximum of our allowances. Now the time has come to close this chapter by taking up a small problem. We will take up a small problem. Please take a snapshot of it and we will discuss the problem, and in the next class we will solve the problem, because we have got only 7 minutes. But I will try to complete it within 7 minutes if possible. So this is the last part of our discussion of income from salary, and after we complete this problem, we will go into the next chapter, which is income from house property. Then let's take up a small problem. So Mr. S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta is working in a company which is a private limited company in Kolkata, and he has been furnished with accommodation. He is furnished the following particulars of his income for the assessment year 2020-21 और for the financial year 2019-20. 2019-20 में उसने क्या-क्या कमाया है उसका सब इधर पेश किया है. Let's understand one by one. So first one is basic salary. Basic salary is 40,000 per month. I request you to take a picture if possible. or photo of this slide. DNS allowance is 20,000 rupees per month. Okay, you can take per month, and 60% goes into retirement benefits. For calculation of retirement benefits, 20 out of 20,000 rupees, only 60% will go, not the whole amount of 100%. Number two. Number three is commission rupees 5 lakhs turnover at 10% rate. Okay, so commission for the financial year will be some 50,000 rupees, because the turnover is 5 lakhs into 10 percentage. So the commission what he will earn because of the turnover what he is achieving, or the sales he is achieving, is 50,000 rupees. Bonus is getting 60,000 rupees for the whole year. Medical allowance, this is for the whole year. If nothing is been mentioned, nothing is mentioned of this amount, then it is per annum. Please remember that. Reimbursement of medical bills, 7,500 for the full year. He lives in a bungalow belonging to the company in a town whose population is 35 lakhs, and its fair rent is 6,000 per month. Now, why this is this particular 35 lakhs is given? Because if the employer is providing the employee accommodation in a place where the population is more than 25 lakhs, then the value of the perquisite is equal to 15% of salary, as we have already discussed. Salary for the purpose is basic salary plus DA plus bonus plus commission plus fees plus taxable part of allowances and any monetary benefits paid by the employer of the employee. Now this you have to ignore, and the rule says that. Okay, along with this bungalow, he's been provided with the facility of gardener, cook, etc. And to them, the salary is paid by the employees 10,000 per month and 5,000 per month. Sorry, 1,000 per month and 5,000 per month. Now, apart from these, the bungalow is furnished, and the value of the furniture is 2.5 lakh rupees. And last one, rent paid by the employee. See, this is a concessional rent. He's not telling that he is going to provide free rent, but he's charging, the employer is charging a nominal rent for this accommodation, which is 6,000 per month. The company paid in respect of this bungalow 1250 of electricity bill and 1,000 rupees of water bill of Mr. Ramesh Kumar Mehta, who is the employee. किसका इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल है, किसका पानी का बिल है? रमेश कुमार मेहता का. और कौन पे कर रहा है? एम्प्लॉई पे कर रहा है. This is number 3. Last one, he's been provided with a big car for official and personal use, and he's been, the maintenance and running expenses of the car are borne by the company, and even the driver is provided. So if a big car is given, I told you, and if the big car is belonging to the employer, and the expenses of maintenance and running is also taken care by the employer, and even the driver is provided, then there is a rule. If you remember the rule, then you can solve the problem. Let's see the problem. Let's solve this problem. Let's solve this problem. Okay, another 2 minutes or 3 minutes, we will end up, and later we'll join for the next class. The next class is of additional study credit course. You have to continue, okay, or you can disconnect for 2 minutes and later you can join. So basic salary, 40,000 per month into 12, 4 lakhs 80,000. DNS, I told 20,000 per month, 2 lakhs 40,000 for the full year. Commission 50,000, already I told. Bonus 60,000, fully taxable. Medical allowance is 25,000 for the full year. Gardener. Now gardener is appointed here. If you look here, the gardener is facility is provided by the employer to the employee, and the salary is paid by the employer, and the employee is enjoying the facility. So gardener and cook, the rule says that it is fully taxable in the hands of the employee. So whatever is the salary paid by the employer to this gardener and cook, and the advantages to the employee, it is fully taxable. 1,000 into 12 and 5,000 into 12. You got 12,000 and 60,000. Now gas connection is there, and the gas bill is paid by the employer, and the gas facility advantage is taken by the employee. How many gas he is getting? 12 gas cylinders is getting. If there is no mention, you can note that the gas cylinder provided by the employer think it is not mentioned, but you can take into account gas provided by the employer. Sorry, so 12,000 rupees. Electricity bill paid by the company. See, whose electricity bill? It is the electricity bill of the employer. Sorry, employee, paid by the employer. So 12,050 is the electricity bill. If you look, 12,050, 12,250, sorry, into 12 is equal to 15,000 rupees, and the electricity bill is there, and water bill is 1,000 rupees per month. So 12,000. So water bill. So this is water bill, if I'm correct. Okay, this is water bill. So this step. Now next one is car. The car belongs to the employer. The car expenditure is taken care by the employer and is for providing a driver also. And the car is told that it's a very big car of more than 1600 cc. And I told you in the last class, there are so many rules, so many types of cars, so many combinations. And in this case, the fixed rule is 2400 per month for the car, for expenditures incurred by the employer for official and personal use, plus 900 rupees for the driver. So 3300 per month into 12, you will get like this. Next one is medical bills which are reimbursed by the employer by the employee. The expenses are of the employee and it is been reimbursed by the employer. So please remember, there is a rule up to 15,000 rupees it is nothing taxable. More than above, over and above, it is fully taxable. Now we have to find out the furnished accommodation and rent accommodation as well as rent. So for this, what we have to do, we have to find out the rent-free accommodation. First, we have to find out the rent-free accommodation. So there is a, for finding out the value of the accommodation, the calculations are there in front of you. Please remember, for finding out the accommodation, there are rules, and in this case, the population is more than 35 lakhs. And it is 15% of salary. The value of the perquisite in the form of accommodation is 15% of salary, and the salary is basic salary plus DA plus commission plus bonus plus allowances, and whatever are the expenditure of the expenditure of the employer paid by the employee. So please take into consideration here. So this is, we have to take into account the basic salary, dearness allowance. We have to take into account this one also. But out of 2,40,000, only 60% is going. So 60% only has to be taken into account. Commission and bonus, I told, have to be taken into account. This is not there because the value of the perquisite is 0. And this will not be taken into account. This will not be account because these are all perquisites. These are all perquisites. So these are all 0. So perquisites should not be taken into consideration for finding out the value of the rent-free accommodation. So if you total this and this is for the purpose of calculation of accommodation, rent-free accommodation, it is 7,34,000. So that is what we have taken, 7,34,000 rupees. So calculate value of accommodation is, I told you, if the population is more than 25 lakhs, it is 15% of salary. That is 7,34,000 into 15% is equal to this much. But out of this rent, this is rent. This rent is not paying, but how much rent is paying out of this? 72,000 is paid. So 72,000 you have to deduct. Number one. Number two, perquisite in the form of furniture. So the value of the furniture provided by the employer to the employee is 2.5 lakh rupees. And I told you, any furniture provided by the employer, for the full year it is 10%. So 2.5 lakhs into 10% is equal to 25,000. So this you have to from this you have to deduct this and add this. So I have done this, less and plus, you will get 63,100. So you add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so on and so forth, and you will get a gross salary. And from this you have to do a deduct a standard deduction of 50,000 rupees, and finally you will get a salary income of 1,06,000, or sorry, 10,06,700. So this is the first chapter. Sorry, probably the second chapter, and we are through, and we have ended. And thank you so much for patience listening. After 5 minutes, we are going to join for the next hour. Thank you so much. Any doubts? And the today's code is 527. Today's code is 527. And I am ending the class. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir.